that we selectively mark and cut. Smoke management is the big issue with burning today. You notice you don't see any young longleaf here.
Because it's burning.
And it's because it hasn't been burned, and there's too much mid-story. Nature never intended for the hardwood to be in these pine sites. Nature burned them when none of us were here. Native Americans burned them. They burned them because they were hunters and gatherers. They found more berries, they found more game, they found more everything. The turpentiners burned it so they could get their carts around to collect the sap out of these longleaf trees. The free-ranging cattlemen burned them for forage for their cows. And so the long and short of it is there's very little of this left in the southeastern United States. At one point, there were 93 million acres of longleaf forest. That's a lot, from Virginia all the way back around to Texas. Today, there's about 3.5 million acres is all that's left. Now, what you've got now, and I told Tim Cant this, is you've got 72 almost solid acres of longleaf forest here that with some management, it could just be absolutely astounding. This is loblolly. It's a lot shorter needles. It's the needles are much shorter, and it doesn't protect it. It's more of, I would classify it as a weed species. There are 4 species of southern yellow pines: longleaf, slash, loblolly, and shortleaf. We really don't have any shortleaf. Cool. And what you've got in here is just a little bit of everything. You've got laurel oak and water oak. You've got sweet bay and magnolia, yellow poplar, and all the different pines that we've already talked about. Let's think, what else? Well, we'll see some more up here. Beech trees. This is called sparkleberry right here. You will find yopon. You know what yopon is? Got the red berries on it. What the scientific name of yopon is? And then you tell me what the Indians used it for. Ilex, which means it's in the holly family, vomitoria.
Yeah, you're talking.
Look at that. Even way back then, the Indians had tables.
You sure did. It must have been a prehistoric man.
Yikes. This was one of the places that there got to be a significant amount of bank erosion here. And you can see how the tree is starting to stabilize itself a little bit now. But all this sloughed in. And what it was, there used to be a bigger bow right here. And now you see how all the little trees over there are bent over like this? That's primarily from floodwaters running over the top now instead of coming around the bend. It's trying to cut that bow off is what it's doing to relieve the velocity of the water. This is the kind of hardwood brush that is not conducive for maintaining the longleaf ecosystem. But there are ways to eliminate it without burning. It would require what we call a fuel wood operation, where they come in and they cut all the bushes and the small hardwoods and they chip them and they take them to, for example, Kimberly-Clark's cogeneration plant in Mobile. They burn them for energy. It leaves the ground clean. But what we also know is, unless you do something to control the root system, you're going to get back the following year about an 8-foot sprout. Because nature being an equilibrium system, the amount of roots supports the amount of foliage. The amount of foliage supports the amount of roots. So just by cutting it off, it's going to grow back the next year, trying to get back to that stage of equilibrium. That's a foothold tree.
What's this?
It's like a hand.
I don't want to be on the...
This your corn?
Any ladder theft reported in Fairhope? Metallurgy.
Mark these places
I'm
off.
not finding cigarette butts on the ground.
Look at Jennifer Fiddler work out here with you guys.
Yeah, you talk about a tree house.
Yeah.
How come it don't have a roof yet?
Armadillo, huh?
But this is classic gopher tortoise burrow right here.
Classic gopher tortoise. As opposed to the non-classic.
They dig them so that they can fit in there just about perfectly. And came up to my house and took this and came right back out here,
And
took what
realized
was
it
in
was
it.
trash. And maybe, you
This
know,
is the way they came right here.
It came right out.
they probably
here.
thought they were getting something.
They weren't getting something. This
They
was
took-
delivered
yeah,
by
they took-
UPS.
They took what was in there.
They took what was in here and then and ran out from there, picked it up when UPS put. You've been reading about all that going on?
So you got hit by some of the thefts too?
Uh-huh.